Last year, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Washtenaw County celebrated 30 years of mentoring in our community. And this year, I celebrate 20 years at this organization. Jason and Rayanya are two former littles that graduated out of our program when they were 18. And today they're gonna share a little bit about the impact that that relationship has had on them and has stuck with them over the years. And I cannot tell you how these stories replicate stories that I have heard time and time again.
Rayanya and Raylonda are twins. They were matched when they were like 12, but they got a younger sister that came in the program at the age of 10. She was 9, getting ready to turn 10.
Annette originally enrolled the girls in the program because they're kind of shy, and she just really wanted them to have an outlet, someone to help, bring them out of their shell and be there with them as they were growing up.
I would say when I was younger, I was very motivated, very emotional, very antisocial.
They were very shy. All three of them are very shy. They needed somebody to talk to, and I needed somebody to help me to keep them talking. So the program has been really good for us.
Having a big in their life really, I think, encouraged them to try things and get comfortable. And then it creates the ability for us to, as adults, help and guide them more once they have that piece.
They still shy, but they still do go out and do things that they usually wouldn't do.
One of the important elements of mentoring relationships is the parent as partners. And so Mom, Annette, talks about how in the relationship between the big and the little, the bigs really encourage the kids to talk to Mom about things when things are going on. And we know that that helps increase that relationship and the strength of that relationship, which has those longer term impacts of reduced risk behaviors as well as better academic performance.
I feel that this program has really impacted them to the degree that they have learned to talk to people about their feelings, which led to more conversations between me and them.
I also think that one of the things that is really important that was talked about was Rayanya really liked having that person outside her family.
I would say that it is important to have a mentor at a young age, someone that's not in the family, someone that you trust and can go to talk about anything that you're comfortable with. Because the pressure that family have on you can be a lot, and it's good to have someone outside of that.
Derek and Jason were matched in our program probably about 15 years ago when Derek's older brother was also a big, and he was the big brother to Jason's big brother.
So I have an older brother myself. He's a couple years older than me. He was a student at University of Michigan, as was I. He got involved with Jen and Big Brothers Big Sisters a couple years before me, and his little brother was Jalen. As Jalen got to know my brother, he became over our house quite a bit, and our house just happened to be 3 or 4 blocks literally from where Jason, Jalen, and their brothers lived. So
my first impression of Derek when I first met Derek was he was like the cooler brother. He was the younger brother. He was the cooler one. He had a red truck, and it had a toolbox on the back of it, and his brother had a truck with dents on the side of it. So it was like he was a cool brother. That's what it was at first.
The stories that we hear today are, just 2 examples of that long-term impact that a big can have on a little that you don't even realize is happening. They don't realize it's happening. They're 9 or 10 years old.
When we played, blackjack, it was all the math that they had us doing for chips. Like, we get extra chips if we answered certain math questions. So instead of just, having the better cards or whatever, if we answered how many chips it was more math than it was just playing blackjack. That might be bad, we were kids, I'm sorry about that, but.
But it's the conversation that they had and those nuggets that stick with kids that really creates that long-lasting impact of mentoring.
I would say out of all of my mom's children, she had a lot of children, I was probably the most troubled in terms of I like to fight. To my brothers and everything, I was the scrappy one. So That's how I looked at myself as a child.
Jason had a different upbringing than I did. There's stuff I know now today that I did not know before my relationship with Jason. I would hope the same would be true for him, and my perspective on things has changed because of my relationship with Jason.
But Derek and the people he put himself around and the people he were around, they were all into all types of different professions, and it really made me like, man, I could be something else besides just playing football or playing basketball. You know, I could actually do something different.
It's always heartwarming for kids to start to really reflect on the impact that their bigs had on them. And with Rayanya being 18, 19, and Jason being 25, you're seeing that impact after some reflection time.
Do you think your life would be different if you kind of hadn't met Derek?
Oh, definitely. My life would be way different if I hadn't met Derek, for sure. He had bad knees, he had horrible knees, ACL surgeries and all types of things like that. And I didn't really know what that was. And I saw his legs open one day and I tackled him by his legs. And like the look he gave me, it wasn't even like mad, it was more like disappointed, like, you know, and it was like, dang. It was just something about letting him down, you know, making him have those conversations with me that I didn't want to do it anymore. So it just started changing me. It just got me like, okay, I don't have to be this type of kid. I don't have to be like that. You know, I got a personality that people actually enjoy when I'm not being the scrappy kid. So yeah, I would credit Derek a lot for that.
I think it's important for everybody to have mentors. I still have mentors. I'm now 37. Yeah, it takes me a minute to remember that now, but I have mentors in my current life. You have mentors till, I think, the day you die. Having that relationship of somebody to lean on for that advice is something everybody needs at every point in their life. And who needs it especially is our youth when they don't know what they don't know.
I am very happy that I enrolled my kids in the program. Like I said, I've had a wonderful experience with the program. We have had lots of fun hanging out with the big brothers and big sisters, from the parks to just game nights and everything. It's been awesome.
It's been, you know, a ride I'm really happy to be part of, and really happy to see the man he's become. It's the most important thing I've gotten from Big Brother, Big Sister is a friend. So
I definitely would say we all would have been a little bit different if it hadn't been for, you know, Ryan and Derek. We wouldn't have experienced a lot of things, good things.